Hello friend, today I'm going to share how mascots change sports.
And I'm going to share about earth-saving science. Let's get to it.
I'm going to be talking about an article. This article cracks me up. It's the Mascot Whisperer by Max Rubin. So Dave Raymond practically invented the modern sports mascot. And over his 4 decades, he has built a career on helping pro teams bring them to life. America's 4 sports leagues, about 9 out of every 10 teams have a mascot. But the Philadelphia Flyers did not have one. And when the Eagles, so the Flyers is Philadelphia's hockey team, when the Eagles, the football team, won the Super Bowl, they didn't have a mascot. The Flyers didn't have a mascot to be in that parade. And boy, did it hurt. That's when they decided they needed to have one as well. Now, this is kind of a big marketing ploy. It sells more merch, it gets things, generates a lot of money, but they're so beloved, they help with the fans, it makes fans more excited to be at the game and makes their experience so much better that it actually works. For the first 17 years of Dave Raymond's career, he worked just across the street at the Philadelphia Phillies, the baseball team, and he created this Philly Fanatic, a lumpy, waddling bright green bird-like creature with a big trumpet snout and a red tongue that kind of unfurled like a party blower. He designed it, he created the moves, and he literally wrote the book on how to be a mascot. He distilled his knowledge in a 4-step process, developing mascots from scratch. And he has helped create more than 130 characters. Mind-blowing. He's helped teams in Major League Baseball, NBA, NHL, minor league affiliates, universities, pharmaceutical companies, even healthcare networks, and banks. Wild. He talks about, first, you have to have full commitment. Yeah, everybody has to be backing it because it will backfire no matter what. Usually for 3 months, people hate it. Either they didn't think they needed one or they don't like the looks of it. But soon they will change their mind and then they embrace it completely. You have to build a backstory. You have to know what it's going to look like. Can't look like other mascots. And so the Philadelphia Flyers came up with Gritty, and he is just that. The name was funny. He looked funny. He had this orange neck beard and these crazy eyeballs, but he's become an icon. Culturally, sports, everything. They all talk about this guy. And it's all because of this guy. There's so many other things about what they do. They kind of, the fans, it's a platform for them. It's the ultimate fan doing everything that they wish fans could do. They stand on equipment, they argue with refs, they taunt players, but there are rules. They don't get too crazy. And that's the fine line that Dave knows and teaches other people. After the pandemic, adults came and adult men were hugging them and handing their babies to them, taking pictures. It's just so cool. Definitely check out this article, The Mascot Whisperer.
I really don't think about mascots very often, and now I want to read this.
Yeah, now you might. It's so good, yeah. And even if you don't like sports, just this story, this mascot whisperer, and learning something about this whole world of what he's developed, his plans, how they do and don't work, and it's so many things. It's so endearing and fantastic, and the pictures of the Philly Fanatic, and I'll put Gritty up there. You're gonna love them.
Oh, I know. I can't even really imagine some of them that you're talking about.
Oh yeah,
so.
It's so wild. And also there's a bonus cool sheet. I'm gonna talk about This American Life, this one episode that has always stuck with me. It's one of my favorite episodes, and it talks about this girl who's super introverted, super shy, and then she puts on this mascot outfit and becomes a different person. And seeing that through the eyes of someone that is a mascot is so amazing. I'll put that on the show notes as well. So great.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
All right, my cool sheet. I am going to be talking about something with science, and this is catalysis. So catalysis is something that catalysts do. And I want to give you the impetus for me talking about this has to do with how many inefficiencies there are in energy usage for so much of what we do. And when I say we, I mean we as consumers, but also companies. And using catalysts can completely change that. So first off, I want to talk a little bit about what is a catalyst. So catalyst is something in chemistry on the molecular scale where it is providing molecules that are coming together an alternative, lower energy way for the molecules to come together and then form the products. So here's an example. So imagine that there is a company and they are making the materials to make Gore-Tex or something like that. And there's a huge vat where they have to heat up the chemicals to some high temperature. And so what a catalyst can do is then adding a little bit of that in there allows the same chemical reaction to happen, but now at a lower temperature, like at room temperature. So all of that heat going in doesn't have to be used anymore. It saves a lot of energy. So another great example would be if you were creating biofuels or something that is really large scale where so much energy would have to be needed. The best catalyst on the planet is the oxygen evolving complex. This is in photosystem 2, which is part of photosynthesis in the leaves of plants. So here's the question I pose. If plants can do it, why can't we? We still haven't figured out exactly how plants do this, and that is creating oxygen molecules that we breathe from water that the plants are soaking up. So I propose that using plants to guide us, we would be able to figure out how do plants do it? Well, they have these 4 metal atoms, and these metal atoms are really good at shuttling electrons around. How can we take that as a guide to create better catalysts? Cool stuff.
Oh yes, learning from plants. I love it.
Yes,
exactly. They have so much that they can teach us.
I know.
Plants can teach us.
They're smarter than
Trees
us.
can teach us.
Yes.
Mushrooms we talked about last week. They teach us things. Oh, I love it. So much. So many cool things to learn.
Yes.
Thank you. I love when you share science.
Oh, I love doing it.
This is so cool.
Yes,
And
my pleasure.
I can't wait to dig more into this because I knew kind of what catalyst. It's funny. I knew what catalyst. I knew what that was. Although you always hear like in more of a business sense these days than this actual scientific definition. But I didn't know that other word that I still don't know that you said in the beginning.
Catalysis?
Yeah, catalysis.
So that's the act
I mean, it makes sense.
doing
yeah,
it.
but
Like,
yeah, I was like, whoa, I'm already confused, but I'm learning, so it's cool. So I love it.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. If you want to learn more about that, check out our show notes at 10bestest.com/sidewalk. Thank you for joining us, friend. I'm Brian Hart.
I'm Karen McFarland-Holman.
And let us know in the comments, what's your favorite mascot?
And let us know, what did you learn about catalysts today?
If you're enjoying the show, give us a like and share it with a friend.
And hey, just to let you know, we are taking a couple weeks off, holiday time, mental reset, but we will be back in 2 more weeks with another series of great shows.
And don't forget to stay curious.